flippin' stupid, that they do, yeah. Anyway, the dogs for a walk there in France, and I can't obviously look at the chat too much because obviously it's, you know, it involves me taking my eyes briefly off the road. I don't want to do that, even though it's very rare. Oh, so I just got overtook. That shows you how slow I am as a driver. I did 40 miles an hour. But that's me, you know. I live in this beautiful place here in France, and it's just nice, and it's nice to just, you know, see your surroundings as you're plodding along. I can see a car in the distance behind me. He'll catch up, I'm sure. There's no overtaking now, just so he knows. Better warn them. But you see, they think you're stupid, don't they? Now, Marjorie Greene, okay? Now, we think she's stupid. Her and her Jewish space lasers. Yes. But she's another one. She's another one who, well, it appears that she'd access to inside information. Needless to say, she does like to suck one on old Donald Trump's chocolate starfish. That she does. And as such, she's getting inside information. Yeah. Anyway, she thought it was a great idea to invest some money, buy some stocks on well, what was it? A renovation company, like a home improvement, interior decoration type company. It's quite a big concern. Anyway, she'd invested in that. One of the companies, whose big old MAGA company that it is, his CEO and all that, is a Trumpian. And she, well, basically, from having like 700,000 net wealth, she's now on about 20 odd million or something, 25 million net wealth. How is this possible? How is this allowed to happen? Now, for those of you who think that the tariffs have gone on the tech, such as the iPhones, the memory cards, and other tech imports, Donald Trump made it quite clear that no, they're not. They're just going to be recategorized, which means that the likelihood is they might even have, well, tariffs on them, but they might be a little bit more specific. It's still stupid, because industry in the United States, obviously, it requires these components. It's not just the iPhones or completed products. There's all the other little stuff, like flat screens and shit like that they put in your EVs and Teslas. And talking about Tesla, Elon Musk's brother, he said something the other day. Yeah, he's been piping up. Yeah, another Musk. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, I wonder if he likes to. I wonder if he's like chip for the old block. Maybe, I don't know if he's got himself some. I don't know, some stepdaughters or something. Maybe he's got babies with him. It's good enough for the father, good enough for the goose, good enough for the gander, if you know what I mean. Well, you see, he was complaining about the tariffs. He said, no, the stocks are gone. And the dollar is floundering, it's floundering, and everybody else is doing better than what we are. Yes, because there's a mass boycott of the United States. Nobody wants to go there. Denmark, whether it be Canada, Mexico, UK, France, Germany, Norway, pretty much everywhere, because they're concerned. They are worried to go there. They're worried that they were going to have some form of retaliation at the border, that they might get chucked in a little cell, a little room somewhere where they got to lay on the floor with a little silver blanket. That's what's been happening. And it's been a lovely day today. But it is sunny now. Yeah, yesterday it was raining, today it's sunny. Which is, yes, it's a blessing, it is. It's a blessing when there's so much darkness in the world that there is. Whether there's wars in Ukraine, wars in Gaza, or genocide, I should say. And then you got Donald Trump. The man who has apparently got a soul, but I reckon it was Well, just by default, because I couldn't find any. No. I don't know how you find a soul anyway. Anyway, you can have a soul, can't you? It can be an evil soul. And he certainly had got one of those, that he has. Yes. Soulless. Life. It's the uncultured swine that he is. The only music he knows of is the village people. Blimey! Yeah, in his little funny little dance, if you know what I mean. Yeah, well, I stuck my hand on the other stair, and that was on that one getting changed now. I'm changing again. But yeah, sorry I can't look at the chat properly because I'm just glancing over, but I would like to keep my eyes on the road because I've got my doggies in the car. That I have. Oh, there's a Sebastian dog. Hey! And I've got an extra one today. That I have. I've got a little Lulu. That I have, yes. I'm breeding dogs, it seems. Yes. No, that's my son's dog, that is. Little Lulu. It's a little miniature Doberman Pinscher thing. Yeah, it's got smelly breath, his teeth cleaned. So, I'm coming through a little place now called San. I know you can't see it. I can't really show you, can I? Not when I'm driving. So, yeah, no cars now, which is nice. It's just me. Now this little village here, there is a school, but it's out of the way. It's out virtually, it's that mile that way. It's out of the way, so I'm not worried about that. And also, it's not school time anyway. Don't think it is anyway. So, where was I? I was talking about the musks and the stocks and stuff like that. Well, yeah. So there's all these people, including Donald Trump, who have been profiteering off these, you know, insider trade and. You know what I mean? Manipulation. Put a flat on its face and buy the stocks and, you know, flick the switchback on again for a little bit and then do exactly the same thing again. It's exactly what happened with his meme coin, isn't it? And his Mrs. meme coin. Well, what gets me is, though, is how they think we are the stupid ones. Now, it's all very well doing all this stuff at the moment when you've got Donald Trump as the President of the United States. But let's say, for instance, he can't go against, I don't know, in a dreamy world, that he has to adhere to the Constitution and this will be his last term as President of the United States. And we do have a natural election, and the whole thing, well, we have a massive swing towards the Democrats. But a new breed of Democrats, because it looks like there's a bit of a movement amongst the Democrats. New intakes, there's fresh blood that's coming in, and the good job as well. I hope there'll be enough of them, because the likes of Schumer, you know what I mean, it's like that, isn't he? Oh, I've got a bike. Yes, I am in France, but no, it's not Tour de France. I'm going to show now. Yes, very slow. I can't overtake because I'm on the hill. I've gone into first gear. Why go into first gear? Oh god, no, that's fine. I'll give it a second, couldn't I? There you go. I hope the stream is okay, because obviously we're moving. But I do know there is an antenna quite close. A cell tower, you know, and it's a 4G cell tower, 5G cell tower. And it's got Greene on it, SFR, and free, and I'm on free. Which isn't free, no, it just means there's no contract. Just, you know, you just pay monthly, and there's you can cancel at any time, which is quite good. Although I've been with them for about 8 years. So, yes, my point being is if, for instance, Donald Trump isn't the president, and all these people who have been effectively breaking or going against the Constitution, they could really meet their, you know, their match. With all these fresh blood in there, they are like, from what I can tell, they want to push for radical reform regarding the, well, how the Constitution, not how the Senate and Congress all works, make sure people get convicted. So people like Donald Trump don't get away with it. So don't get dragged on their bloody heels. We actually see something happen where we actually have some justice. That's what we need to see. Because while things are as they are, we're not seeing any justice whatsoever. In fact, we see, well, injustice every single day. Now, a mother was apprehended at the at border control by ICE recently, as she's trying to come back into the, she's an elderly woman as well, come back into the country, and she's been whisked off. It's just, she's done nothing wrong. Just like, is it Kilmar? Garcia, Garcia Kilmar, is it? Guy who they're trying to get out of El Salvador gulag. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. I might stop in a moment because I'm going to have to. I've got a load of recycling to get rid of. You see, here in France, we have to take our recycling to a recycling bank. I don't know what it's like in the United States. In the United Kingdom, they have a recycling bin. Oh, it's a big lorry. I'm in a little place called St. Lawrence-Segur at the moment. So we're coming through St. Lawrence-Segur. It's quite a nice little town. It hasn't got much, but it's quite, quite old and sort of traditional. And it has a river. It's called the little Gore River. It's a tiny little river. I've been down on the canoe, beating my way past all the fallen trees and stuff. See how far I could get. It wasn't far. There's a weir. It's quite a tall weir as well. I wasn't about to go to that one. Heckin' hell no. It's like Niagara Falls it was. So I'm just going to go down there and have a little chat. I'll just check through the chat. So I'm not going to do one driving. There's one thing talking. It's like talking to the missus. It's like I got company. I try talking to the dogs, but they don't respond. They think every time I talk to them, they think I'm going to give them a treat. Can't really do that when driving either. There we go. I do like it here in France, you know. Now there is madness here as well, like there is everywhere. But you know, it's a different kind of madness. I don't fear that if I go across the border, that I'm going to have border control. You know, border force, Frontier, all of a sudden Frontex, take me and send me to El Salvador. Now, if I went to the United States, I don't think I'll be coming back again. I'm already done. Crikey, you want to check my social media? I'll be done for. That I would. Oh, blimey. I'll never get out. What get me is though, we praise people like, obviously there's Cory Booker, what have you, he stood there, didn't he? A week ago for about 25 hours. And give it one, I have to admit, that was brilliant. Take my hat off to him. The only thing is though, he's one of the ones who's been voting for the shit that's been pushed through. It's a bit concerning, you know, that's why we need fresh blood. We need, same in the United Kingdom, you know, we need fresh blood there too. All we've got is a load of flipping cronies in their future. No. You know, you don't want anyone, I don't think you want anyone, unless they're decent, unless they're like, I don't know, Bernie Sanders or someone like that. But we need more AOCs, you know? More AOCs. And who's out of the, oh crikey, there's a, I can't remember her name now, but there's a, let's turn that off. There's, what you're getting excited about, you? You're not going anywhere because I'm just going to do my recycling. This little fella. There he is. Alright, yeah, so, we need more AOCs, but there's a, oh crikey, what was her name? I follow her on YouTube and on the Blue Sky. I forgot her name, oh crikey. Anyway, she's putting herself up for Congress. So, you know, what was it I said? I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember how it works, to be honest. It's too complicated for me, your system, you know. You just want something undemocratic, like, I don't know, the House of Lords or something. That's what you need. Michael Gove is now going to be in the House of Lords, all right? Cokehead Gove in the United Kingdom. How the hell's that man flipping out? All for the wrong reasons. All the people that have destroyed the United Kingdom with his fucking Brexit, just like Donald Trump has destroyed in the United States. You know, that man, he gets in the House of Lords so they can do more damage. It don't make no sense, does it? You're quite happy sitting there like that, aren't you? You think you're going to go out again, but we're going back to ours in a minute, okay? And then you're going to run around in the garden. You say, I'm babysitting today, you say, or doggy sitting. You know that? He was really nervous at first, actually. When I first took him out in the car, the baby was panic, and he went happy. Then we went for the first walk, and he got loads of treats and everything. Oh, this isn't bad. Huh? No, you're right now, aren't you? But he's a bit of a manic little dog. He's a tiny little thing. He's smaller than my Wally was. He's only about, I think, about 7 kilos, isn't it? Yeah, 7 kilos. You know, yeah. Okay, you're happy then, okay, just a second. Let's have a look at this. Oh, crikey, ow! Oh, he just stood on my bits! And now he's sticking head out the window. I know. It's too exciting. Let's have a look. Let's chat. All right, so I've been ignoring people. What's your dog called? This one here is Lulu, all right? It's actually Lucifer, but Lulu for short. Yeah, it's like the devil. And then that one there is Pandora. Little Pandora. She's my youngest. This one is a little bit younger. But she's 13, and then Sebastian, who is behind my head. Sebastian, where are you, boy? Yeah. Oh, anyway, the one that's a white Dalmador, basically a Labrador Dalmatian cross. He's 14. So yeah, my Wally passed away last year. He was almost 15. So you know, yeah, they're lovely. They're great little characters. They really are. That's because they get spoiled, you see. You know, normally in the glove box you might have spare this or spare that, you know, free cables for your phone and stuff. I've got dog treats. That's right. When we go shopping, we've been shopping as well, you see. We get more dog type stuff than we do from me and my missus. Yeah, dogs always stand on your package. I know, it's a little thing though, but got tiny paws. You know, you talk about pounds per square inch. Yeah, I'm not saying that I've got a square inch. Right? That's Donald Trump's hands. All right, yeah. And American Monkey. That's why the BRICS has created another a digital currency that completely bypasses SWIFT. Good point. If anyone didn't know, SWIFT is the banking system that facilitates digital banking, transfers and shit like that. That's why BRICS has been digital currency. Oh, crikey, digital. Am I doing that? Can you stop it? Although unlikely ATM, that's the next possible reserve. Well, Donald Trump is getting a bit concerned because he's got desires on a crypto and beating the dollar, crypto. And oh crikey, what was it again? Oh, blimey, it'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, something about the crypto and the gold and the devaluation of the dollar. All right, I can't remember what it is now. Flipping out, I read that yesterday as well. I can't remember any of it. There we come. Do I crack you up? I try. Do you know what it is though? Life is too bloody short. There's all this shit going on around us, isn't there? You know, make our lives harder. You know, it's not just in the United States, it's everywhere at the moment. You know, if you're in the United Kingdom, whatever, it's got its problems. Okay, it's not as bad as the United States, but you know, Brexit and you know, how much you can get for your money and all that sort of stuff, and whether or not you can earn enough. It's what? It's crazy. It's a nutty dog, it is. It's just harder. Everything is harder. Now, I live here in France, and although things they've always been quite hard for us because we you know we work the garden and I've got to work earn some money and stuff like that. So I'm not so worried about stock prices and shit like that because I ain't got no money to put in it. You know, so it's just we sort of like a bit hand to mouth. It's kind of how we live. But we're quite happy like that, you know. I can switch off from it if I have to. Although it's quite hard to. This dog keeps nudging my arm that's holding the phone, by the way. Sorry about that. Let's stop holding the phone. Let's just, yeah. You just go sit down there, look. You're trouble. You're too jittery. You are trouble. Alright, aren't you? Aren't you? Hey? Oh, crikey. Oh, what are you doing? Go down there. That's better. That's a better idea. Oh, blimey, got smelly breath. Now I clean my dog's teeth. Hello, Gingers. Hope you're well. I've got an extra dog today. I've got the little Lulu, which is my son's dog. I've got Pandora, and I've got Sebastian behind my head. Into that way, there he is. Dopey dog. I was a little bit worried about him last night. Something weird was going on with me. He just couldn't settle. He wasn't himself. What's scary, to be honest, is the currency actually is a possible threat to the reserve, and is the new BRICS currency. Well, the dollar being the world currency, everything is like, it's the it's secured on the dollar. People's it's always seen as being a safe bet, but it's not anymore. It's not a safe bet anymore. Not with Donald Trump. He keeps squeezing it, doesn't he? And the way that it's not just a direct monetary attacks, it's this sentiment. It's creating such a negativity towards the United States, and it's destroying its soft power. You know, soft power comes in all sorts of forms, whether or not you support other countries with your international aid and all that, and you create a relationship that way. Okay, some of it gets spent badly, maybe it does, you know, there's probably some truth in that. But needless to say, it does aid towards your soft power. But also all this ice and the crippling of the tourist industry in the United States, whether it be the Canada, you know, the tourists, you know, travelling from Canada into the United States, it's down, some estimates are up to 85% down of you know, Canadians travelling to the United States. But it's not just the United States; it's everywhere. You know, it's just, you know, it's sort of Mexico, you know, the Americas and all. It's just everywhere. European countries, they all want to go there because they're worried to. And when they read on like government websites, it advises you to be absolutely certain that you're going to be safe. You know, they're basically washing their hands of you. That's what they're doing. Is, yeah. Well, we gave you the warnings. You know, we said maybe you should make sure that you were in a fit. How to put it? Fit in the eyes of Donald Trump to actually travel there. What gets me is though, the worst people seem to be in the Bible Belt. The evangelicals out there. They're crazy. Absolutely crazy. They just use the Bible as a justification for their madness. Just so they can ignore reality. You know, people, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene again, isn't it? You know, Georgia and all that. Some of the poorest performing states in the United States are headed up by the flipping evangelicals. The crazies. It's madness. And now you got one, what do you call them now in the United States, where you got, well, basically they rip people off, don't they? Take those donations and stuff and say, hey, you healed! Yeah, just fancy $500. You know, that kind of thing. And it's, oh, it's risen. Anyway, there's one of these pretend religious folk who is now he started this campaign against satellites. He's saying that it's blocking our communications with God. Yeah, man. That's just as bonkers. It's just absolutely bonkers. And we're supposed to believe this shit, and they do. They believe it. No wonder they're low performers, you know. Oh yeah, I'd end up in El Salvador. I wouldn't look crikey. I'll check my phone. Oh, I must have over 100 memes on my phone. Hello, Billy. Hope you're well. Do something to check Fort Knox if the gold is still there. Yeah, didn't he say that? Didn't Trump say that? They didn't go, did he? Maybe they stole it already. You know, he put it in his own vault. It's probably next to the photocopier. Did they ever get that information back? That secret information? Was it ever returned? The problem with BRICS is nations into it isn't easy to just move money over. That could change though. If, for instance, the BRICS, if they end up with their own currency, it'll be obviously easy for them to move money about within themselves. If other countries start choosing a different currency, what about the euro? China could join the Eurozone. Oh dear. Although I absolutely think these tariffs on China is ludicrous and stupid. It makes no sense. Doing like global overall tariffs and stuff is rubbish. It doesn't make any sense. The whole point, I understand a tariff if it's focused onto something, if you want to protect an industry, or like for instance, what's going on with the European Union and BYD at the moment. There's a possibility that BYD might sell the cars in Europe, not necessarily under a tariff system, but under a system which means that there's a minimum price that has to be paid for these cars, which is better for China, obviously, not so good for Europe, I would have thought. But yeah, it's just a non-tariff system. The thing is, you see, it's not that we want their cars, although these BYDs seem pretty decent in Europe. It's the fact that we need other stuff from China, and we need a reasonable trade deal with China, so we're not walloped with tariffs and all that sort of stuff. You can see what's happening in the United States. Oh, nice one, cheers, buddy. What's up, man? Watching from Sacramento, California. Oh, crikey, as a normal state. How does it feel funding the rest of the United States? How does that feel? Oh, blimey. Is it the 5th largest economy? Well, if the rest of America goes, I guess we can go independent and form a new California republic. And we carry the red states that you do. With taxes anyway, yeah, I know. Cheers for that, much appreciated. It's very kind. And well, I agree with that. Do it. Do a Canada. Yeah, boycott the rest of them. Yeah. Oh God, have you heard? There's a new superhero in town. Yeah, new superhero. Yes, to infinity and beyond. Oh, it's a jetpack. Anyway, Captain Canuck. Has anyone seen Captain Canuck anywhere? Oh, he's a superhero, a Canadian superhero, a hero. And you know who his arch nemesis is? It's Donald Trump. The artist, he's basically, the cartoonist. He's now, he's still revamped Captain Canuck. Oh, that's funny. I'll tell you what, of all the negativity surrounding Donald Trump, just like what Brexit has done in many ways, by ostracising the United States, because they've basically ostracised themselves, and I do obviously feel sorry for those who didn't vote for this flipping madness, and the same with Brexit, in the United Kingdom. But you see, it's made the unity in Europe much, much stronger. But also the unity between the United Kingdom and the rest of Europe and the EU are much stronger. And the relationship between Keir Starmer and Emmanuel Macron, and I've got to give Emmanuel Macron his dues here. I'm not going to say he's my favourite person in the world. Sometimes he can be a bit arrogant, but he ain't stupid. That I do know, and I do appreciate that. And he's building relationships. He's not. He's clever, all right. But you might not like him because he's a banker and all that sort of stuff. I don't buy into all that shit, Just because you're a banker doesn't mean to say you're a complete utter arsehole. Just means you like ripping people off. Which is supposed to mean you're a complete utter arsehole. But yeah, but if you think about it, like for instance, you got Mark Carney and Emmanuel Macron. They're like all touchy-feely, not too touchy-feely, but anyway, they're getting back up close and personal. Yeah, they're a bit huggy. But it's a good thing, though. It's built up a good relationship between Canada and France, which is good for Canada. Very good for Canada. Because France has got, for a start, regarding arms production, what have you. It's one, I think it's the second biggest one in the world regarding the export of munitions. So that, you know, the French people have done very well on that, you know, and they've got the Rafale jets and all that sort of shit, except missiles, you know. Oh, I must sound like a warmonger, but it worries me now, because obviously the threat of Russia and China, and it's just the whole thing, you know, it's just, and Donald Trump being who he is, riling everything up, the risk is much, much higher now than it ever has been before, you know, well, from what I can remember. I'm not talking about the Cold War, I was quite young back then. But, yeah. I've got stuff in my eye now, it's probably a fillet. I got a fillet in my eye, yeah. So yeah, it's created a bond between Canada and other countries, Europe, what have you. And we're quite happy to receive, pretty much everyone I speak to, including French, now quite happy to receive Canadian products, you know, because we know they're going to be good. You know, we don't want chlorine washed chicken or hormone injected beef or sweets that are full of chemicals. I mean, literally just chemicals. We don't want that. No. The same products that are sold under the same brand names in the United States aren't fit for sale in Europe, even though we've got them on our shelves. But if you look at the ingredients, they've got different ingredients in them. They use natural stuff. There's a whole load of rules and laws and regulations here in France. Now, which is one of the criticisms and one of the reasons why we got Brexit, because they're bloody idiots. So, it's a protectionist racket. Yeah, it's there to protect you, you plonker. But it's like the lack of thinking and like the evangelicals and that, you know, and the Jewish space lasers. Fucking hell. It's just a level of madness. It's just crazy, and people can't see it's quite hard. It's at the moment, it's like, I know, I suppose it's like a needle in a haystack, or trying to see the wood for the trees. And when you've got Donald Trump constantly changing things from one thing to the next. And the tariffs are on, next minute they're off, and they're on again, and they're off again, and they're just on this, and then they're just on that. You don't know where you are. You haven't got a stable economy, and those who want to make investments are looking elsewhere, unless they've got their ear to the ground, or suckling on Donald Trump's chocolate starfish, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, cheers, Total Corolla. Oh, cheers, Alice. So apparently, I'll tell you what's going on, but make you laugh. It's the madness of it all. All right? That's what gets me. It's the madness. And like I said, if you didn't laugh about this stuff and just try and see the funny side of it, try to point out how ridiculous it is and mock and ridicule these people, I'd go fucking mad. I'm mad enough as it is. You know, the missus, she knows. I'm on my own that moment, you know. When the cat's away, the mice will play. You know how it is, yeah. Well, yeah, she's visiting the children. I've got 6 kids, you know. Blimey. Poor wife. Oh, dear. Good example, US Orange Fanta versus Europe. Oh, very valid point. Also, Cheerios. Cheerios. I've got a monster here, all right? Because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night because my Sebastian was, he was awake most of the bloody night. To the door. Then he opened the door for me. He doesn't want to go through it. That's just, oh, God, he was a nightmare last night. I don't think he was very well. But he was all right this morning. He's fine now. But he's a bit sleepy. And so am I. So, it's probably a bit high now. I've got this energy drink. It's a mango one. Ooh. I want to see what's in it. I'm in France, okay. I'm looking at the ingredients, which is in French. No E numbers. You got gum, X-Fan. Well, that's just all normal kind of shit. Carotene? Got carrot in it. And carotene. You would suppose you would do if you got carrots in it. Raisins, legumes. You've got a variety of different sodiums here. Would you expect in an energy drink? Because that one there is one of the electrolytes. You've got citric acids. There's no E numbers. It's got okay. It's probably got taurine in it. Yeah, it's got taurine in it, but it's got no E numbers in it. It's got the obvious chemicals in, like for instance, you've got potassium or sorbate of potassium and stuff like that. But there ain't no. Tell what also isn't in it. There's no anal beaver gland juice. No, there's no. I can't see any. I'm glad about that. Fuck. Whew. Do any of that? Oh, let me suck on there, thinking chocolate starfishes. No. Although apparently it's a really good strawberry or raspberry flavour enhancer. I wonder how they extract it. How do you milk the anal glands of beavers? Is it like that? I don't know. Hey? Oh, hello, Shailin Mung. Hello, God bless this man. Bless. Oh, God, it's been blessed. Oh, because we are the greatest, says Gingers. We're the greatest and they're the best in the world. We are. Everybody envies us and wants to be us. The greatest country in the world, it is. It's been ruined by these evangelicals. Absolutely ruined. And see, Donald Trump isn't an evangelical. He's just seen something that, oh, that's great, I'll get these people on board, you know. They'll vote for him because they're stupid. That's what he'll say. Evil buggers. Anyway, the latest news is Donald Trump has a soul. It's in fact an evil soul, but he's got a soul. He's done a test for it, apparently, yeah. He also did a cognitive test. Yeah, apparently it's like some. I don't know if it was anything like, I don't know, a memory game, like, I don't know, people, woman, TV, and water's rather wet or something like that. I don't know. We're living in the alternative universe. We really are. Oh, God. Yeah, thank the Lord for dogs. Yes, they have got more sense that they have. They ignore all this shit. And as long as you feed them with Fido Picnic Festival, they're quite happy. Yeah, they are. Oh, God, it's smelly. Do you smell that? Scratch and sniff, right? Yeah. Okay. Really poggy. But the doggies love these things. And we've got these other ones as well, called these little twisty ones. They really love them. They eat them. I tell you, even the dog food's better than the American food. So some of the ingredients are this stuff. Right. No E numbers. That's one thing. The main ingredients are meat and other animal products, extracts of proteins, vegetables, cereals, glycerol, which is expected, sorbitol, oils or grasses is like fatty oils. God, why do you have to have print so small you can't read it? I've even got ready specs on. There's no E numbers. Oh, a whole load of vitamins, different vitamins and stuff. No. Yeah, that's. I wouldn't like to say where the meat sweepens off the floor. I don't advise you eat it. But in France, in Europe, I should say, food that is given to dogs has to be actually fit for human consumption. I don't know if you knew that. I'm not saying I advise it. Although I have to admit, I quite like the little Fidos, Fido croquettes, which are the Fido biscuits, you know, like all the dry dog food. And I like little wafery things. They're a bit like they're like a meaty Rivita. I'm quite happy to eat them. I've got a problem with them. The other fitting things, they taste like they've got grit in them. Yeah, it's useless without the beaver anal gland juice. Everyone knows that. Yeah, I agree. That along with the Celestine, which is basically it's an amino acid, right? It's the cysteine. It's an amino acid, and it comes from human hair. I kid you not. I wasn't that long ago. That was during. Oh, when was that now? 3 years ago. It was after Brexit. A container load of hair was stopped at the border going into the United States. Now, Donald Trump will think, oh, that's okay. That's for hair plugs. That's what you think that's for. But no. And it was thought to have been in Muslim hairs. I wouldn't be surprised it was like Uyghur Muslims. It's bloody horrendous, really. It will stop the border. And maybe this stuff is used for to create this amino acid. So if we got that, they use it in the bread as a preservative in bread. Usually, machine, like factory type bread, like your sliced bread, your loaves and stuff. And it's preservative. And Does it make us a cannibal? Does it mean we're eating ourselves? We're eating other people? But it's pretty horrific, you know. That's the thing, we buy all the stuff from China, and we know full well that that was as exposed by Britain, actually, and I think it was Channel 4 or something. Anyway, they exposed how China was, well, keeping these people in these camps, and make these like work camps they are, for the, you know, Uyghur Muslims, and they're shaving their heads and that, and there's thought to be the organ harvesting, and that's bloody horrific. And these people are making a lot of shit, or having to work in these factories that we are buying the stuff. So we are kind of facilitating China to, you know, human rights abusers. So it's pretty damn flippin' horrific. We don't talk about this stuff enough. I used to talk about it quite a bit, but no one's interested. It's just what turn a blind eye to it. That's what it feels like to me. Because we want all the stuff that they're making. We're happy to buy this stuff because we want it and it's cheap. But we don't want to take responsibility, and it's kind of, it makes us hypocrites. We all do it. I do. We all do it. We're all buying stuff that, you know, we don't know what's in it. It might say assembled in the United States or, you know, in Europe or somewhere, and all the bits that's been assembled that come from China or India or Vietnam or places like that, where the workers are treated like a bit of poop, like they are. You have to take them to dinner first. Hey, who's that? Oh, Birmingham bin strike is continuing. I don't know if you realise it's the United States. In Birmingham, they've got a massive problem with bin bags everywhere because the weedy bins aren't getting collected. So they've got great for the rats. Massive rat uptick of rats as well in Birmingham. It's don't go there either. Boycott Birmingham if you don't want to see lots of ripped open bin bags with I don't know, with diapers in and, you know, baby nappies and stuff. Spank the Monkey says, I prefer Wendy's to McDonald's, but the burgers are still really salty. I don't know if I think the burgers are different than what we have here in Europe, because there'd be rules for stuff. For start, we won't have hormone-injected beef in our burgers. Well, a lot of the beef in the UK, wasn't it coming from Scotland? Was it Angus beef? What's my opinion on oil? My opinion on oil is I wish we didn't have to have it. I think we do at the moment. I don't think we have a lot of choice at the moment, unless we will go cold turkey on it. I would like to see more renewables. If you know anything about me, we are 70% self-efficient. That's what I need to do another calculation on that, because I did that about 2 or 3 years ago. But that was around, we were about 70% self-sufficient on energy. Now we're Ginger Sue says she knows, she's seen them. I've got loads of solar panels. I've also got wind turbine I've got to put back up again. Also got solar hot water and that, and we're very energy conscious, if you know what I mean. We make sure that everything we buy is like through the LEDs and stuff like that. But also my machines in my workshop, because I'm a woodworker, he says I need machines. I do a lot of handwork, but I need machines as well. So I make sure the machines are the right size to suit what I need to do, the engine, the motor sizes and stuff like that. I've got no big three-phase stuff. So anyway, our solar panels and that, which basically do self-consumption, and we are at 70%. So environmentally, I think we do pretty well, you know. And also we grow a lot of our own food. We grow quite a lot of stuff, actually. We preserve a lot of preserves. So, yeah, like in the United States, you call it canning, don't you? We do a lot of canning, where basically we use jars and boil the food up in the jars, and then preserve them, and they last years like that. We do that every year, whether it be the peppers, obviously tomatoes, you know, mainly Mediterranean fruits. But then we obviously grow a lot of the root veg and that as well, like, you know, the carrots, parsnips, and salicity and all that sort of stuff, the onions and and other tubers. So it's quite nice, you know. It's quite nice to do this stuff, but it takes a lot of energy, as in me. And Caroline, actually, she's been working really hard in the garden recently. No, we're quite fortunate, since where we live, you see, we're not in a town. We're out in the sticks, like I say, Ginger's knows, she's been here. and we've set aside 2 hectares for our tree planting that we're doing, but I suppose we've got about, I don't know, about a quarter of an acre, which is about 1,000 square meters that we've put to one side for vegetables. So it's still quite a bit, you know. That's only me and my dear wife Caroline, you know, when the kids come visit. So we do quite a lot, really. But you see, you've got to be able to have time to do it. You know, none of this stuff just happens. You've actually got to do it. And it is hard work. It really is hard work. But even with the energy and stuff, you know, if I was going to be doing anything to lower my energy costs, one of the things I definitely would be doing would be, if you're in the right area, that is solar hot water. It's no brainer. It's one of the expensive things regarding electricity bills to keep your water hot if you're on electric or even gas. And but with the solar, the only electric cost we have is the pump, and we run that off the solar anyway, so it doesn't really cost us. So yeah, now regarding oil, I'd rather we didn't have to use them, but I understand some people haven't really got a lot of choice. What's my opinion on African Americans? I don't give a damn about race or creed. I judge people on who they are, not what they are. So if you're a decent person, I don't give a shit about what colour skin you got. In fact, I've got black grandchildren, so I wouldn't be a very good grandfather if I had a problem with that, would I? But yeah, no, I've got no issue about where people are from, as long as people prove that, you know, they don't do anything. As long as they treat people and all living creatures and all that with respect. Unless it's obviously Donald Trump, don't respect him. No. Evil bastards, you do what you like to them, I don't care. Get yourself a guillotine. Whatever. I don't know, I'm a kill all of them, or I'll take them down the abattoir. Oh, Philly, can you imagine it? Oh, that'd be a bit of tough old meat, wouldn't it, old Trumpy? Oh, you'd have to cook it for at least a week, you know, really slow. Maybe an earth oven or something like that. And you might get a bit of usable meat out of it, or that'll be orange. And toxic. And soulless. We don't deserve dogs. Oh, we do deserve dogs. We deserve dogs because we love our dogs. Get absolutely spoiled. They rule us. They do. You know, we do. As far as our little animals concerned, we do. You can't see them on this one. We do everything we can for our dogs. They make us happy. You know. They're fun. Yeah, that's a good rule. I think so too, Ashley. They deserve good food. Why should dogs just have to eat rubbish all the while? That's not good for their health, is it? You know. Yeah, they got what's good. You know what's right for them. Sometimes I give them uncooked meat as well, as long as it's fresh from the butcher. You get the trimmings and stuff. You know, so I asked them for unfatty trimmings, so they're quite happy with that. But they have to have them a certain period of time, because obviously they want it going off. And then we cook it up sometimes as well. You don't give them worms, do you? In the Great Depression, people ate dog food. Well, it might start. We're heading that way, aren't we? Another Great Depression. It's very worrying. It's very, very worrying. Yeah, they all like. Yeah, that'd be good. Cheers, Billy. The curled up blonde cat on Trump's head occasionally flicks its tail on windy days. Usually when he's entering that fucking plane. They're flopping about like that. It's like it's hovering. Maybe there's a pair of magnets that hold them on. They got the magnets on the wrong way. They've got safe to safe pole. They've got this hovering on top of his head. Oh, blimey. That's the salt to cats. Oh, blimey, I missed loads of people. Bro, don't diddle kids. Bro, what do you mean diddle kids? What's that? Are you a troll? Who's a troll? Yeah, hello, Giant. So I hope you are, buddy. I've got to go as well. Hello, Crystal. At least the troll's good for the algorithm. I haven't been able to keep up with this because I was driving, wasn't I? What are my pronouns? Oh, my pronouns. I'm not a boy. I'm not a girl. I'm a Marcus. That's me. And that's exactly what I used to say at school. Well, that's a primary school. Well, people used to say to me, are you a boy or are you a girl? I said, no, I'm a Marcus. There you go. That's me. Hey, my dog Jill just got a new friend, Pitbull Bella. She weighs 39 kilos. Blimey. Wow. Now, our friend lost their dog, not last year, the year before, and it was an Irish Wolfhound. It was like a bloody horse. It was huge. It was a dopiest old thing, it was. Really don't. Colin, his name was. Dog Colin. Love the old thing. But he was huge. Massive, and he used to love sitting on your lap. It's a fucking great thing. It weighed, I don't know, 50, 60 kilos or something, maybe bigger, or I don't know. It was huge anyway. No, it'd be over 50 kilos. It's huge anyway. It's big old, sort of like rough coated thing. Oh, Dungeonator. Oh, there's no Dungeonator Gaming. Okay. They and them. Oh, God. Fatso. Oh, crikey. Oh, Obese Truck. Oh, blimey. How long have I been doing YouTube now? And you think, words are going to hurt my feelings? I don't give a shit. I honestly don't care. Now, maybe a few years ago I'd have been a little bit more sensitive, but I've had it all, I'll tell you. Blimey, the people, sod it. I don't give a shit. Call me whatever you like. Life's too short. It really is. And with all this other crap going on, if a few trolls want to boost my algorithm, well, let them. That's what I say. Anyway, I'm going to have to empty me bags in the back there that's full of recycling, okay? I better do it before the missus get back, because it's the only way she's going to know how much I've been drinking. Which isn't a lot, actually, to be fair. Anyway, thanks for joining us. It's been fun. It's nice to vent sometimes, even while I was driving. I did my eyes on the road. Okay, I wasn't fiddling my phone or anything like that. But anyway, we got to stop. Oh my God! I found a face mask on the floor. Oh, crikey! I know where that's come from. It's come up there. It's actually a new one. Let's put it over there. It's muddy now. I'm having my foot. Anyway, time for me to go. So toodaloo. So anyway, guys, before we go though, should we give little doggies a treat? I reckon we should. All right, that's fine. What should we give them this time? Do they want? I don't know. Let's give them a dental stick. Yeah, I'll break them up though, because these things, I don't. If you want to keep your teeth, I don't suggest you try these ones. No, they ain't that great. No. So anyway, where can I put this? Let's just put you back there for a second, just so I can break this up. I'm not going to get my old ones to get fat. Oh my God, these got hard. Really hard. Blimey. Where's the little one? Oh, there's the little one. You have that little one. You need that one, your breath smells. There, Dora. You work on that one. She likes bones, I don't suppose that's going to hurt her. Yeah. I'll clean your teeth, I hope. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so thank you all for joining us, and cheers for the super chat, and that's much appreciated, it really is. But, before you, click off that, go beat the old like button, will you? Oh, anyway, get rid of all this evidence. The evidence of jars and bottles of wine and beer cans and stuff. Toodaloo!